Hi, my name's Kelly. I'm a CBT therapist and forensic psychologist, and I want to discuss something that I've been thinking about recently, and this is the gender gap in the worry about crime, otherwise known as the gender fear paradox. So, what this means is, in prominent findings in the worry about crime, is that there is a difference between men and women's worries, with women consistently reporting significantly higher rates of worry about crime than men. And this was found by Fox et al. In 2009 and Haney in 1998. But the interesting part here is that although women show higher levels of worry, women have lower victimisation rates, while men have lower rates of worry about crime, but they have higher victimisation rates. And that was found by May et al. In 2010. And as you can imagine, as psychologists, we want to understand why there is a gender gap and why there is this gender fear paradox in the first place. So, unsurprisingly, there has been lots of research in this area, and there's been various theories proposed to explain the phenomenon. So I'd like to go through a few of those theories with you now. So firstly, we have the vulnerability model. So what this is, so while there is a positive relationship between worry about crime and a person's vulnerability, and this is used to explain general levels of worry about crime, but it's also a common approach to actually being able to understand the gender gap specifically. Since women stereotypically or generally have less physical strength and are socially disadvantaged due to the patriarchal structure that we live within. So therefore, they are associated with higher physical and social vulnerability. This was found by Henson and Rains in 2015 and Johansson and Heinrichman in 2021, so it's still quite current. But then the media perpetuates and reinforces this vulnerability by over-reporting violent crimes involving female victims. This only serves to continue to distort this perception of victimisation, likelihood, and therefore vulnerability. Secondly, we have the gendered socialisation model. So what this means is that gendered socialisation influences how a person understands themselves and how they understand the world around them. And this can affect someone's perceptions of safety and their victimisation likelihood. So Cops and Flies found this in 2011. But then according to Peter and Hayes in 2011, gendered worry about crime is actually shaped by a social learning process in which individuals internalise the messages that are given to them from peers, from family, from the media and other social beings. And these messages are really strongly gendered, emphasising a woman's vulnerability. And this is particularly true when we're thinking about sexual violence. And then this is paired with the messages that it's appropriate for women to generally worry more about crime. Then thirdly, linked with this is we have the shadow of sexual assault hypothesis. So this was proposed in 1996 by Ferraro. So this explores the types of crime that men and women generally worry about in more detail. And it was proposed that the threat of sexual violence is particularly crucial for women. So Ferraro, they argued that women report higher levels of worry about crime because many forms of crime involve the possibility of sexual assault. And then this leads to them worrying more about sexual violence. And then this leads to the overshadowing of worrying about other crimes because the worry for the sexual violence is so high. And then the final approach that we want to think about when we're understanding the gender fear paradox is the idea that although actual rates of victimisation for women are roughly equal to those of men, some forms of victimisations are not taken into account in studies about worry about crime. So Rader proposed this in 2017. And this is particularly in the realm of sexual violence. So women's victimisations often occurs maybe in less severe form, so on a daily basis. So thinking about catcalling or inappropriate behaviour. And this often leads to the normalisation of this victimisation, and unfortunately, subsequently, a lot lower reporting rates. Moreover, some of the crimes that disproportionately affect women are also highly reported, and this could be due to shame or fear. So Fernandez-Fontello et al. In 2009 thought that that was maybe one of the reasons that women underreported certain crimes. So in reality, that perceived paradox may not actually be so paradoxical at all, once all the forms of female victimisation are actually recognised and reported appropriately. And although this phenomenon has been studied for a number of years, there is the potential that there may be changes in society, and there may be changes in how women report and understand crime, and therefore the worry and that gap may be increasing. But of course, we need research to be able to support this. I hope you found that interesting, and let me know your thoughts in the comments, and if there's anything else you would like me to explore or talk about, then please let me know. Thank you.